Such a beautiful story that's used a lot of times in Jewish writings is the story and the essence of the potter's wheel. The potter's wheel is something that a lot of people in this modern generation don't know about. I actually got to see on a childhood family vacation. My family went on vacation all up and down the East Coast, and I will never forget one vacation where my friend of my father's that they grew up together, and they had moved to Texas, but they traveled and we all got together and we rented this massive RV. And we went all up and down the East Coast. And I mean, so Washington, D.C., and Roanoke, Virginia, and just a ton of places. And learned about the history of the country. And a lot different from the some of the things that are being taught now in regards to our history. But that's neither here nor there. The purpose of what I'm talking about here today is in Virginia, we watched three characters to this story. One was the man known as the potter. Two was the potter's wheel. It was a wooden wheel. It was built in such a way that it had a pedal at the bottom where he could move his foot and it would control the speed of the wheel. The third character is the clay, the actual clay. And what was amazing was watching this guy make something, a ceramic, a pot, a cup, and you really didn't know what it was going to be because he just did so many different things with the 1 minute it looked like a lump of clay, and then it would start to look like a crooked chimney, and he would splash some water on it and control the wheel, and the clay would then spin. It looked like it was going to spin away, and he would then grab the clay and move it back. And then there was at one point where he smashed it down and remade it, and you didn't know it was going to be a dish, a cup, a pot, what it was going to be. The potter's wheel. And the Jewish writings talked about the clay in the potter's hand thousands of years before, because we know that the Jewish writings date back. The first 5 books of the Bible were written by Moses. So we know that the Jewish writings were talking about things thousands and thousands of years before the settlers came to Virginia. And interestingly enough, one of the prophets in the Jewish writing by the name of Jeremiah talks about the potter's wheel. And he talks about exactly what I was describing there, how a potter can spin the wheel. The potter is in complete control of the situation. He controls the speed of the wheel. He controls whether the clay is to slide off the wheel or be in the middle of the wheel. He controls if there's something on the clay that needs to be trimmed off. He controls when the clay is not pliable. He douses it with water and he then molds it. And it's amazing to watch. And I remember as a kid, I thought about this week, as a kid watching that going, wow, he is making whatever it is that he's putting together. And then when he's done with it and it's put in the kiln and it's fired and it's painted, you think all of that came from a lump of clay. And I thought about it this week. I've had a busy week. I've been home late every single night. I travel 3,000 to 4,000 miles a week talking and sharing and working and doing all that needs to be done. Scotty the trainer, still going. And thinking about our life, there's sometimes it looks like we're going in one direction and then it's smashed down. And then we're remade and built up in a different direction. You thought you were going to be on that one job, and then all of a sudden it got smashed down and it got moved. But the thing that we can never forget is whether you're being made into a plate or a cup or a bowl, that you're still on the potter's wheel. And that no matter what was going on, the potter was the one that was in complete control. Our life sometimes is up and down, but remember, the potter's still working on us. And ultimately, no matter what you're going through in the middle of this week, the potter is in control of the wheel, the speed, and the clay.